Welcome back. So are you always the strong one, the one others come to with their problems? Well, many wear that as a badge of honor, but it can also be a mental health burden. So this Wellness Wednesday, we are talking about true emotional strength, what it is and what it is not. As always, Mary Jo Horton is here to walk us through that. So the way people display their emotions, that really does not always align with how they really feel.
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah.
And you know, some people are just taught to put on a strong veneer. Some people don't have the language. Some people don't feel comfortable, but we can't assume just because you're holding it together that you're actually feeling well.
I saw a post on social media recently and the woman said, you know, look, go check on your strong friends because they put that mask on.
Yes, they do.
And the mask is not what really is going on.
And once people have thought that you are the strong one, they no longer think that you're capable of struggle. Like, it's like once the label and expectation has been given, it sticks.
You know, so I find a lot of women fall into that category. And, you know, in my life, a lot of black women fall into that category too. Yeah, you get pegged into that.
Yes, and really I think that were they ever given permission to voice their struggle and concern, or I think a lot of times people grow up with a lot of responsibility and they're really kind of geared to hold the weight of others.
And they do that their whole lives.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about many people. They feel more comfortable as a caregiver as opposed to receiving care.
Yes, oftentimes when people are having nice things done for them or people are reaching out, they get almost like physically distressed. You can see that they just do not want to even have a conversation about them.
So that's just is that like a defense mechanism?
I think it's a few things. That's the way that they're known. That's what they feel comfortable with. And a lot of people have a lot of fears around other people not being able to handle if they're true and they're emotional. They feel like other people are not equipped if they were really to be honest.
Okay, because one of the points you told me was expressing your feelings may trigger those fears of being a burden on someone else.
I mean, think about it, because when I often ask people, have you asked for help, or does anybody know that you're struggling? They'll say, like, I don't want somebody to worry about me. I don't want to be a burden. That person already has so much going on. They're leaning on me, so how can I possibly lean on them?
Okay, so we've talked about the strong person in someone's life, or being the strong person. Let's talk about intervention and strategies for connection.
Yes.
So we start by saying being mindful that everyone struggles and resisting assumptions is powerful.
Absolutely. Let's go at it with, there's no reasonable way that somebody could go through something hard and just come out the other side unfazed. So if you see somebody has gone through something, let's go with the assumption of, that sounds hard. Tell me how you're doing.
Is that an empathy thing? Like, you know, that we don't see it in other people who are supposed to be strong?
I think that once we've put that label, once we've decided, oh, this person in my life, they're fine, they bounce back, they're always okay, then we don't recognize that every human being goes through struggle. Everybody does.
All right, so this next point on the screen, so explain this to me, because this really is interesting. Being attuned with someone is more than asking them to explain.
When you're attuned with somebody, you've picked up on their whole being.
Yeah.
How they are sitting, how they are taking care of themselves, how their tone and disposition is. When you're attuned with somebody, you don't need to ask them, or it's not as helpful to ask them, well, tell me how you're doing. Do you not notice that they don't seem to be resting? They don't seem to be eating what's on their plate. They seem to be avoiding interaction. Attunement is really a sign that I get you, and you don't have the burden of having to always explain it to me.
For a loved one, someone you care about, you really should be able to pick up on things.
I mean, let's think about when we feel validated. We feel validated when a loved one looks at us and offers us comfort without us having to say it. Because if I have to say it, then do you not know me?
Then you don't know me. Yeah, okay. So we're running out of time, but I want to get to this last one. Providing care can occur without request, and support has many forms.
If somebody has difficulty asking for help and you know that simple things would be helpful, let's just do it.
Just do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Help out around the house.
Help out. Pick up. Let's go pick up dinner. Let's go pick up that child from extra practice. Let me offer to help you with the elderly person for an extra hour. We can offer without being asked.
We can offer without being asked. And again, I will point out, you know, yes, men can fall into this category too, but a lot of times in the way we've set up the culture,
absolutely,
women fall into this.
They are the default caregiver.
Yeah, the default caregiver. All right, Mary Jo, as always, thank you so much. Good to see you. And if you want to check out any of our segments, go to WSAV.com/Wellness Wednesday.